Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope everything is good with you. Everything is pretty good here. I got Keely tonight, and then I don't have her for a week, so that's always a weird place for me. We do have a game on Sunday, so I'll get to see her, but not having her for that long is always strange. Just, you know, even if we don't... I don't have like a super playful relationship with my kids, with either of them really. Keely and I play more than Alina and I did, but because our interests align a little bit more, I think, and I do always feel guilty about that. But I've never been one. I don't deal with repetition very well, and you know, younger children who are learning, they like to do things over and over and over and over, the same thing over and over, and it just, I can't do it, right? It just drives me crazy. So I end up kind of getting frustrated quickly. So I never had that sort of like super close, like come home and play with the kids relationship with my children, and that has, you know, not gonna lie, that's a big reason why Jamie and I aren't together. That was something that she expected because that's who her father was, and it was just never me. And on top of that, I don't like to impose myself on anybody. I've always been the good guy, you know. I just kind of take things as they go. And so even with my children, if they don't ask for me, if they don't say, hey Dad, let's do this, chances are I'll never ask them. I just don't like imposing myself on them. It always feels wrong to me. So if they ask, I'll do it 100%. But So all that comes back to saying that when she's not here, it's not like my activities change, because generally I do the same stuff. I come home and work, come home and do the show, come home and work on Pepahana, come home and work on other creative projects, crafts, whatever it might be, regardless whether she's here or not. If she is here, sometimes we sit down and watch something together, or we play Fortnite, or we hang out and play Play-Doh, or last night we worked on her costume a little bit, so that sort of stuff. But just not having her in the house, not having her to take care of, you know, I cook dinner and stuff and get her things and hug her, and hearing her make noises and laugh, and she does a lot of TikTok musically on her phone, and I get to hear her do that and watch her. So even though we don't have like intense one-on-one time very often, we do, you know, just having her in this space, it's helpful. So not having her for a week in a row, 7 days in a row, it's weird. It's a little strange. But the way that it works out is like, last week I had her for 3 days, didn't have her for a day, and then had her for 3 more days. So, you know, it balances out in the end, but it is what it is. That's not exactly what I intended to talk about, but I guess we can kind of roll with it. Actually, last night she helped. My friend was here last night when I did the show, and we ended up discussing some of my ideas over dinner. What did I cook last night? Last night I made chicken and potatoes, and it was really good. And so we all sat down to eat, and we just kind of talked about Dad's ideas and things. And one of the things I talked about, I'm not going to tell you what it is. If I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. But I've always had, for a very long time, I've had an idea about a story to tell. And I wrote a little bit of a script, I guess. I guess you'd call it a script. Probably 10 years ago or more. Probably more like 12 years ago. And I had fully intended on shooting it. I thought it was a really good idea. And I never did. And it was one of those like experimental type things where the story wasn't really in your face. It was interpretive almost. And so I talked a little bit about that last night. And I said I'd really like to explore that concept, but in a shorter, like a few minutes at a time type of thing. And so the conversation that we had was, we'll just do it. And I'm like, the problem that I have is I don't have a story. I don't have a goal. There's no, this is the beginning of the thing, and then 10 episodes later you find out what it was all about. There's none of that. It's just an idea of progression with this character, and that's it. And her remark was, well, maybe that's the thing. Like that could be the whole point of it, is that there doesn't need to be a story. And I like that thought. And the thing is, the funny part about all that is I do this every day. There's no point to this. I don't do this because I come down here every day and pretend to be excited and cheer and make a bunch of money because this is my job. I don't do this because I'm telling you some narrative every day about life events, or I'm spitting the news back at you, or whatever it is. I do it every day because it helps me unload a lot of thoughts that are in my brain that I used to write. I used to keep journals and stuff like that. Now I do a lot of writing, or I do a lot of talking instead of writing. And so it's been extremely beneficial to me to have this medium. And that's the thing. The thing is that it's not a thing, as evidenced by my viewership. It's not a thing, and it will never be a thing in this present form. And that's the point. Like, I don't need it to ever be a thing. It is exactly what I need it to be. It is my daily therapy session. It is my journal. It is my gift to my children someday, so that they can look back and say, this was my father. This is who he was. This is who I looked up to, or maybe they didn't look up to me. I don't know. But that's the point of it. Not for viewership, not for money, not for fame, not for anything other than to do it. Because doing it has been a part of my life now for 2 years, and that is a commitment that I didn't know I'd be able to make, didn't expect to be able to make, and here I am still doing it. And so what's stopping me from doing another little series with maybe more purpose? It would have more purpose than this, but without any real context. The same as this. And maybe I'll do it. That when she said it, she has this uncanny ability to make things so simple when she says it to me. Like, well, why don't you just do it? Yeah, I don't know why. Why am I holding back? Why am I stopping myself from doing something that I think would help me? Because really that's all it's about. This show is just to help me. And if anybody watches it and likes it and appreciates it, that's just a bonus. Right? So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I got Keely tonight, and then work from home day tomorrow, and kind of cruising for the rest of the week. We'll see. Thank you for being here, as always. Thank you for liking and commenting and subscribing and coming back every day and making me a part of your day and being really, really amazing friends. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from infoplease.com. Why do cats' eyes glow at night? Cats, dogs, and many nocturnal creatures appear to have glowing eyes because the back of their eyeballs include a special reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum. This helps animals, cats in this case, see better in low light by working like a mirror on the retina to reflect the light back through the eyes.